And the reason why we said he was not sincere is because prior to his election as president, he, Akufo-Addo, had gone to Obuasi and had told small-scale miners there, and I'm quoting him verbatim, that President Mahama says, I am coming to abolish Galamsey. It is not true. I am rather coming to support you to do Galamsey. So his initial position was not to fight against illegal mining. It was when he took office.
Is that the one he spoke in Chi?
Yes, in Chi. Yes. It was when, because it's not the Chi program, I said it in English. I just paraphrased it in English.
Yeah, I just want you to say that in Chi so that when you paraphrase it in English, you don't change.
Oh, almost say, me banama babi Google and say, and you know, crap, yes. Me banama be buama ye mojuma. That is what he said. It is available.
Okay. So me ban be buama ye mojuma doesn't mean I'm coming to support you to do Galamsey.
Me now Tipiana. Where are you from? The president says, I'm not coming to stop Galamsey. I'm coming to help you to do Galamsey. That is what he told them. What is the meaning of that? Now listen to me. He gets elected, and immediately he begins his work. There happens to be a media coalition led by Ken Achibe, okay, who had started a certain advocacy for the small-scale mining sector to be properly streamlined, okay, and for what was what was looking like a very worrying, trend to be checked. Then the president says, "Oh, I'm prepared to put my presidency on the line for this fight, blah, blah, blah." And people bought into it. So, you know what he did? Immediately banned small-scale mining, both legal and illegal. And after the ban, they went to various sites, including the concessions of legal small-scale miners. They burned excavators. In some cases, they shot at small-scale miners and killed some of them. It happened in Kwabenya in the eastern region. It happened in the western region. They killed some of them. In fact, the current first deputy speaker of parliament, Joe Asewusu, is on record to have said that if members of Operation Vanguard saw anybody doing mining, small-scale mining at the time, because at the time, both legal small-scale mining and illegal had been banned. So those doing mining, some of them at the time were legal small-scale miners. They were not breaking the law. They had their appropriate licenses. They are taking loans to buy equipment to do legitimate business permitted by law. But they were all told to stop. And Joe Asewusu said, if you find them mining, shoot and kill. And nobody in government condemned it. And indeed, they shot and killed people. After people lost their lives on the altar of the fake 419 promise of Akufo-Addo to put his presidency on the line to fight illegal mining, then they began to show their real intentions. They began to implement their grand scheme, which is to take over the entire small-scale mining industry for themselves. So what did they do? They began seizing concessions which belonged to innocent Ghanaians. And they were giving the concessions to their Chinese collaborators. We saw this on tape in Anas Arimiyao Anas's Galamsey fraud documentary. We saw it. That at the time the so-called ban was supposed to be enforced, the secretary to the then Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining, Charles Bissiou, today who is his bosom friend, he wants to be MP in the constituency adjoining his. Okay? They eat together, do everything together. Charles Bissiou was caught on tape collecting bundles of money, collecting
needless
bribes
insinuations
from Chinese and counting the bribe money in front of the cameras. He didn't know that, of course, cameras were on him. So he took bribe money. We saw it in the tape. He was counting the money. So he takes money and says, you can go and work. He takes money, he says, you can go and work. So through that ban, they only enriched themselves. And they were able, so if you don't come and pay money, you can't go and work because there is a ban. If you go and work, Operation Vanguard will be sent there. They will come burn your excavators. They can even shoot and kill you. So people went, they extorted monies from illegal miners and legal small-scale miners. Some of the seized excavators were released to NPP officials. They seized excavators from legal small-scale miners, and they gave it to NPP officials who have no licenses to go and mine. Where is my evidence? Okay, party here. It is captured on tape. The then Minister for Environment, who was the chairman of the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining, Professor Frimpong Boateng, in a conversation with NPP former vice chair for the Central Region, Ekwawusi, discussing the whereabouts of the seized excavators. And according to Ekwawusi, it was the minister who told him that party Yesika, the NPP needs money. I told you, they came to steal. It is all about money. Even if they will kill for money, they don't care. They have no integrity, no values, no morals, nothing, no conscience. So our party needs money. So he said, Minister, you told me to give some of the equipment to Gizo. Who is Gizo? A known NPP serial caller. You told me to give some of the equipment to John Boadu. Who is John Boadu? Their general secretary. He mentioned one to me, Ashanti regional chairman. So they took the excavators of legal small-scale miners, gave it to their party officials to go and do illegal mining. How wicked can you be?
So the distributors.
You see, if I see, when I see,
they distributed it among themselves.
Exactly. They distributed some among themselves. Some were sold. Because excavators cannot fly. Excavators don't have wings. How is it possible that in one day we're told that 500 excavators which were seized could not be accounted for? Where did the excavators fly to? They distributed the excavators to their party functionaries to go back into the forest reserves. To go into the forest reserves, because those miners were not even mining in forest reserves. And plunder our resources, destroy the environment. That is what they did. You know what? When the task force was in place, Galam Stop, Operation Vanguard, and all that, they were not only seizing excavators from miners, they were also seizing gold. Anytime they came to your site, they seized excavators and they seized your gold. They seized pickups. Where are the pickups? Where are the gold? They seized. I have in my custody reports, and Erasmus has those documents from Frimpong Boateng, which he has given to the police, about the whereabouts of those pickups they seized from the Chinese and the gold. They stole the gold. The guns, they stole the guns. They stole the pickups. Most of the times we talk about just the excavators. What about the gold? What about the pickups? They stole everything. They shared it among themselves like biscuits. They enriched themselves through a fraudulent fight against illegal mining. And then they made illegal mining free for all for their party functionaries through another charade called community mining. So through that, illegal mining became free for all. So from the president to his vice, look, I am going to tell you that the current issue which we are discussing, this Asenanyo Forest Reserve, okay? The people Erasmus mentioned are not the real owners of those sites. No politician takes a concession and puts his name on the concession. 99% of them have fronts. They have people fronting for them. And I can tell you, very soon, the identity of the people behind this forest reserve, those who instigated, commanded, sponsored, directed these NPP tags, and by the way, those tags who assaulted Erasmus and his crew belong to the Delta forces and the invisible forces of the NPP, put in place by Akufo-Addo himself. If you want to ask Erasmus, he can identify some of them. He's a Kumasi boy. I've seen some of their pictures. They are from Kofrom. We know them. Ashton, we know those boys. And Erasmus will tell you. Look, I know that the person behind that concession is a close associate of Alhaji Bawumia. I won't put his name out today, but his name will come out.
Because you're lying.
Close associate of Bawumia. Close associate. Close advisor and spokesperson of Bawumia. Very, very close.
That's very unfair.
So, but let's go on. You see, so that is what they did. They distributed the excavators, the gold, the pickups, after they killed people. Look, me, if I die and I go to heaven and I see Bawumia and Akufo-Addo there, I'm in hell. I will check out of that place. The crimes these two people have committed against this country, nature will judge them, posterity will judge them, and God will judge them. This is wickedness, Annie. Wickedness. Today he's here calling for support, unity. We gave them whatever support they needed. Who in Ghana at the time spoke against Akufo-Addo's fight against illegal mining when he did what was unheard of, banning a legal enterprise, a legal venture? Nobody spoke against it. It was after we saw Anas's expose on how they were using the ban as a ruse to extort monies from miners. And they were giving mining concessions to Chinese. That is when we started holding press conferences. That the ban was fraudulent.
Your people were seeing in the mining
No,
sites.
that was during the election time.
2016.
Yeah, that was during the election time. No, 2020.
2020, yeah.
What I'm talking about happened in 2018. Look, Google right now. The former Minister for Local Government, Hajia Lima, met MMDCs in Accra in 2018 and said that government had a security report that showed that MMDCs of the NPP were doing illegal mining. At the time, no NDC person had gone to a mining site to engage miners. We had not even held a press conference. That was the local government minister. So was he also undermining the fight? Saying that MMDCs, heirs of DISEC and NISEC, representatives of the president, because it is a grand scheme. The president told them, there is a ban. This is your opportunity. Move in. Move in. Go and grab a concession for yourself. Free for all. Either than that, how come that no MMDC was sacked? Okay. Why you think this is a laughing matter? Go and look at the water people are drinking today. The cyanide, lead, mercury polluted water. Children are being born with deformities. They are being born without eyes, without limbs, without ears, without nose. Under John Mahama, nobody could mine in a forest reserve. Do you know that all our river bodies, they take their source from forest reserves? Do you know that the reason why all our water bodies today are looking coffee brown is because Akufo-Addo decided to pass LI 2463 to assume the power to give anybody the right to go into a forest reserve to mine. And it is in the forest reserve that the water bodies are being polluted because the rivers have their sources in the forest reserves. Yeah. So once they pollute the rivers in the forest reserves, you will see the effects out there very soon. That is where the pollution of the water bodies are happening. Under John Mahama, nobody could mine in a forest reserve. How come that the president who said that he was prepared to put his presidency on the line will now pass a law giving him the sole discretion to grant access to anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, to go into a forest reserve and mine? And all the beneficiaries of those mining leases in our forest reserves are MPP government officials. Sam Pine is a party official. You've seen, you put their pictures on the screen. You are the producer of the show, you know. Ministers of state. Ministers of state. The Western Regional Minister, another friend of his, he was caught on camera telling his party supporters that we have sacked the soldiers, we have sacked Operation Vanguard. It is now time for you to go and do illegal mining. And one PC of theirs says that if a soldier comes to you to stop you from mining, slap him, beat him. They have reduced Ghana into a banana republic, a failed state, because of their greed and their selfishness. You understand? And my sister, after doing all this, today, all the rivers are gone. They've destroyed all the forest reserves. So journalists have come together in line with their duty as a fourth estate of the realm to expose this menace and to put pressure on government to act. And the journalists now have become the victims. The galamseyers are being protected. You see why I told Randy Abe the last time I was here that you can't fight galamsey with galamseyers? The TUC should listen very carefully. If they themselves have decided to be deceived, then it is their own palaver. But no discerning mind, no reasonable person can believe again that this government can fight Galamsey. No. The government itself is a Galamsey government. They thrive on Galamsey. Galamsey is their food. They bath, they eat Galamsey. And the Galamsey they do is not the ordinary Galamsey that these young men are doing in Tarkwa and Obuasi. They are the ones destroying the water bodies. In Obuasi, they do deep, hardcore, hard rock mining. They don't destroy water bodies in Obuasi. Even in Tarkwa, they don't destroy water bodies. The ministers who are mining in the forest reserves, the appointees, the MPP functionaries, those working with Bawumia and Akufo-Addo, some of whom have been named by Professor Frimpong Boateng, like Protozwa, who works in the office of the chief of staff. All of them, they are the ones destroying the water bodies. Kennedy Japan has said so. Their own party members have said so. So these guys have no love for country. They don't care about human lives. They don't care that people are drinking polluted water that can make them sick for life. It can make them suffer terminal diseases. They don't even care about the children who are being born with deformities. They don't care. And you say you are going to vote for these people? Then you don't love Ghana. This, you see, where we have got into, like President Mahama said, this election we are going to have in the next 44 days is not an election between NPP and NDC. No. It's a choice between good and evil. A choice between Ghana and the NPP. A choice between those who came to loot and destroy our country and those who want to come and reset and rebuild Ghana.
Right.
This is not the time to say that you will make to part NPP. Alan Chemantin Kwe Jai. Their former General Secretary, Ohini too, he says that if you vote for the NPP, they will never respect you as a Ghanaian. Because they can't get away with this. The only way there can be accountability, the only way Erastus can get justice. Look, why couldn't the police effect the arrest when they went there? Because the people said, our party is in power. And these people are hoodlums, they are thugs. They've been trained and armed by Akufo-Addo himself. The police cannot touch them. And mark my words, even the three who are in cells now, the matter will be a foolish case. Mark my words. It will be a foolish case. Because it has been so from day one. The only way people like Wontumi will face the music of accountability, the only way that people like Sampine will face the fire of accountability, the only way those who attack Erastus will be declared wanted, arrested, prosecuted, and jailed is when you vote for change. If you vote for Bawumia, this will continue. Bawumia can't deal with it because he can't even speak against it. He can't even speak against it. The only way, I'm telling you, any recommendation, what we need is not a dialogue. What we need is not unity. Today he sees here a whole government with executive power. Don't you know? He's a lawyer. Doesn't he know that the mineral resources of Ghana are all vested in one man, the president, and he holds that in trust for the people? And he says that because a politician went to campaign to small-scale miners, he undermined them. In 2020, by the time Kwaku Boateng went to do that campaign, you had already destroyed the water bodies. And in any case, Kwaku Boateng never told anybody to go and do illegal mining. Go and listen to the tape. Tony Obi never told anybody to go and do illegal mining. He was telling them that the NPP people came, banned a small-scale mining, including legal small-scale mining, prevented you from doing your legitimate business, arrested some of you, killed some of you, used their Chinese collaborators to take over your concessions. John Mahama will not do that. John Mahama will allow you to work and you will do your mining responsibly. Look, Annie, I am the National Communications Officer of the NDC. Last week, I was in Obuasi. I met small-scale miners. The tape is available. I'm going to release the tape today. I told them that John Mahama supports mining. He supports responsible mining. And if John Mahama comes, every miner who wants to do legal, responsible mining will be supported with the necessary capacity building, training, equipment to mine responsibly. But we will never, ever support illegal mining. We will never, ever support mining in water bodies. Never. If you want, vote against us. To mine in water, John Mahama will never support it. No leader in the NDC would ever support it. And anybody in the NDC who is thinking of that, better advise yourself. Okay. So we are not like them. Our position on this matter is clear. You don't need any consensus from us. They can't act because they can't arrest themselves. Thief man no go fit catch another thief man. Okay. They themselves are the illegal miners. Okay. And they are the ones who have gone to buy all these machines. They've been given access. You see, the ordinary miners in Tarkwa and Obuasi are not, they will never be given the right to mine in the forest reserve. And those small scale miners you saw Kwaku Boahen addressing them, they don't even have the money to buy an excavator. These are laborers on the site of the real kingpins who are NPP apparatchiks. So the only way we can nip this canker in the bud. Master, you spoke for long. I was here when you were speaking like a stammerer. When you had lost your mojo because you saw. You see, and you see, I don't even blame those who do the illegal mining. I know that Ajapa is not doing illegal mining, but he's the one I blame. He's the one I blame. I've seen NPP members like Eugene Boache, they should be openly condemning these things. But you have others like Ejapa Mesa. He is not doing illegal mining. Well, we have our own issues with him. He is, illegal mining, my good brother will not do. He PDS and the likes. You'll find him there. You understand? But Ejapa Mesa will come and sit here, a whole lawyer, minister of state, and defend illegal miners. When he doesn't do illegal mining, he's in the western region. He should have even had the motivation to do it. He doesn't benefit from their money. But he comes to sit here. I don't know. So said, then he'll be dancing around the issue. We need unity. We need this. We need dialogue. Annie, call them out. Annie, call them out. You see, the only way evil triumph, and I'm landing so that he comes in. Land. The only way evil triumph is when good people do nothing.
That's true.
Hey, Annie, mark today's dates. John Mahama is coming to power by hook or by crook, by the grace of God. Let an NDC member go and mine in a water body and let the person be arrested. And I'll come and sit here and defend the person. I will be the one calling for the arrest. Mark my words today. Those watching can keep this tape. We are not doing politics for the fun of it. Without Ghana, we have nowhere to go. We are first of all Ghanaians before our partisan affiliations. Human life is precious. So if your party member is mining recklessly in water in search of money, and the money, what are they using for? They are giving it to side chicks, buying cars for girls, left, right, center. You don't know them. Look, check the lifestyle. Check the what is he using?
I don't know.
What is he using?
How will I know?
Useless things.
Were you there when he was?
But you see, like I said, nature will judge them. The people of Ghana will judge them. God will judge them for what they have done to Erastus, for the people they killed, for the excavators they burned. Some of the people whose excavators were burned have suffered stroke. Some have died because they lost their legitimate livelihoods.
Okay.
And you have turned around to steal their gold, their excavators, and today you are mining in water bodies, and you think God will forgive you. If for nothing at all, for the sake of the children being born, being given birth to without eyes, without nose, without mouth, God will never forgive you. And if you sit here to defend it, you are a partaker. You are a partaker in this rot and in the consequences thereof.
You see, this.
If I have to go for a short break, do you want me to go and come back?
You see the alacrity and the energy he now has to talk. Because Sami Jenvi has spoken. Before Sami Jenvi spoke, he was speaking like
because
somebody who is lying in the sofa. Okay.
I was hoping that, you see, we would be dispassionate and nationalistic in our.
This is nationalistic.
Yeah, it certainly is not.
Why?
It certainly is not.
What have I said here which is not true? Tell me.
It is this double speak.
Okay.
From your side. That is exactly the reason why we will never succeed in our fight against illegal mining. I have here International Journal of Applied Earth Observation and Geoinformation.
Kindly hold on.
Wait. We'll go for your break, please. Wait.
Hold on. Ejapa,
they did a publication in June 2017. Will you allow me to make this point and we'll go and come back?
1 minute.
Mapping the expansion of Galamsey gold mines in cocoa growing areas of Ghana using optical remote sensing. This is the observation. Highlights. Area of Galamsey has more than tripled from 2011 to 2015, from 10,907 hectares to 36,696.
Which year is this?
2011 to 2015.
Okay.
Who was president? Who was president? I'm asking you. Galamsey is affecting major rivers, Ofin, Ankobra, Birim, Enum, Tano. Who was president? In 2013, an estimated area of 551,496 hectares was affected by Galamsey pollution. Who was president? In 2015, Galamsey encroached into at least 603 hectares of protected forest reserve. Who was president? Galamsey mapped for the first time, providing a baseline for further investigation. Yet you come and sit here. You have the audacity to speak to Ghanaians this way.
Why not?
How can he? When Kenashigbe and Co. started their fight, who was president? Who was the president?
What's your point?
My point is, this problem, Mr. Muhammad dealt with it under his government.
Yes.
What was his solution? Yet to come and sit here. Look, I'm not going to glorify this. Your people lied to the point where their conscience is hunting them. I've not lied. And my conscience is certainly not hunting me. But I'm concerned as a Ghanaian that we, and you've demonstrated it this morning, the double standards that is causing our water bodies to deteriorate. You think using words, derogatory words like the president as emboldened encroachers, he came to steal, kill, and destroy? When these were happening, when these observations were made by this International Journal of Applied Earth Observation and Geoinformation, when Mr. Mahama was president, was he stealing? Was he lying? Was he maiming? What kind of discourse is that? I always keep advising you guys, certain language we shouldn't entertain in our politics. It leads to people losing confidence in our political system. You want power? So you come and sit here and talk as if to say we have short memory. We've all of a sudden forgotten about all the things that Haisha Wan and Co did in our country when your Mr. Mahama was president. Are we kidding? But is that the solution? Do I have to come and sit here and also speak about what Mr. Mahama did when he was president? His failed fight against this same issue. How are we going to make progress as a people? Look, every sentiment that I expressed during my initial observation is real. I feel it. Why? Charles B. Sue's tape, we all saw it. Do you see any Chinese person in it? Did you see any Chinese person in the Bisu tape? Yet you come and sit here. People have sent me messages. Names of people, NDC, die-hard people who are doing illegal mining. Galamsey.
Today.
Why?
Mesa.
Look, do you know how many? I'm coming. Hold on. Do you know how many miners are involved in illegal mining?
Millions.
People put figures at 3 million. And all of them are MPP, right?
Not necessarily.
So what is the politic in that? It's MPP people who have been emboldened to do this. When we know that people from various
Same as under the previous administration.
I don't have a difficult. That's why I don't want to go. That is why I didn't think that it was proper for me to go the path that he's going. Because this data that I've put out, it clearly shows that you're Mr. Mahama, that you are touting to be the God who has the solution to all our problems, who as president, or maybe at the time because he hadn't learned magic, he couldn't solve it. Now that he's gone home and gone to learn his magic, he can now come and solve all these problems. What are we talking about? These are real matters. It is affecting our country, devoid of MPP, NDC. My people that I go around and meet, who are from Ankobra, okay, who are complaining about their inability to drink from the Ankobra today should be concerning to all of us. In fact, someone told me only 2 weeks ago, Shama Aunakrom, where the estuary, okay, is. They said they voted en masse against NDC in 2016 because of the pollution to their water bodies. Was PRA not polluted in 2016, 2015, 2013, 2014 under Mr. Mahama? What was his solution? The lexicon Shanfan was introduced into our country during whose presidency? Yet you come and sit here. You have the audacity to even open your mouth and speak. But I'm saying that is not the solution.
What's the solution?
The solution is for us to come together and stop this double speak. Because the double speak, to come and sit here and make it look as if this is a problem that has bedeviled the Akufo-Addo government and it's not doing anything about it. It's disingenuous.
Okay.
You love Ghana
me-
and you speak the way you speak.
Okay, allow me to
You-
go for a break. I'll go for a break. I'll be back.
Unbelievable.
I wanted to have some small time.
And I
for-
haven't finished.
for Parliament
We come back and I
Monday.
continue.
I-
We come back and I continue. He spent more than 30 minutes speaking.
Don't
He'll
be-
go
don't
and go
be
for a break.
Do you know how many
He
minutes?
spoke
Do you
first.
know how many minutes
He
you
spoke
used?
first.
How many minutes? What time did your show start? What time did your show
I
start?
didn't interject him.
What
If I
time
have
did
your
your show
rebuttal,
start?
I will have my rebuttal. That's all.
Okay,
Go
I'll
and
be
come
back shortly.
back.
I'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the program. Still in the studio with two lawyers, Ejapa Mesa and also Sami Jenfi. And let me just remind you that as a proud official global betting partner of Arsenal, Betway is bringing you way more than the fun exclusive package. Please place your bets on Arsenal and you stand a chance to win exciting monthly prizes from range of Arsenal jerseys to some memorabilia and more. Not only that, you will also stand a chance of winning a once-in-a-lifetime play on the pitch experience and the Emirates at the Emirates Stadium. Also, competition ends on the 31st of January 2025. It's exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply and is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Be responsible and play. Get way more with Betway. Now, the Pink Clinic